Yeah, it was pretty bad, and they were coming.
Welcome to the August 24th, 2024 Special Charter Review Committee meeting. It's 5 p.m. We are in the hearing room at One Government Center in Fall River. Well, attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived by those present, and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Could you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. And at this point, can we take attendance, starting from my right?
Dan Robohan.
Rena Brown.
Laura Sampson.
Kathy Nemkovich.
Tracy Almeida.
Tim Campos.
Very good. Absent is John Mitchell, Paul Machado, Mimi Larrabee, and our de facto member, Alan Rumsey. Correct?
Correct.
That's correct. And at this point, I will open it up for public comment. Seeing none, public comment is closed. Moving on, discussion of the charter report draft and the charter draft. Final copies are in everybody's email box. They
Which
were
I'm looking at
posted. They were
right now.
posted. I sent them to IT. This meeting is to discuss any concerns or other motions anybody has. Go right ahead.
I'm looking at it on, right here on my phone.
Whatever you're looking at.
That would be the freaking charter. So, I would like to vote on this.
If you would like to take another vote, that's fine.
I would like to,
Did we take?
I would like to vote to pass it so we can bring it to this and move this along. I mean, we have been on
Yes.
this for a very, very long time. So I move to take a vote to pass this drafted charter so we can put it in front of the city council.
There is a,
The city council. Do we, once this goes to the city council, once this goes to the city council, do we know what the steps and procedures are? I've heard
many versions, me too.
many.
Here's the version I would suggest we go with. This will go to the clerk's office.
Yeah.
Well, first I'm gonna get them bound. I'm gonna have them copied and bound, like in a little, like the last ones were.
Yeah,
And then, according to, I've talked to the clerk's office, corporation council, read the charter, we've discussed it amongst ourselves at various times.
yeah.
The mayor will get a copy, and
Yeah.
the president of the council will get a copy.
I hope the entire council.
Well, the entire council will, but at first, the mayor will get a copy, and once he approves it, then, a meeting will be set up through the council president to have a special meeting of the city council. According to the charter as it stands, it has to be its own meeting. The only thing on the agenda can be the charter. And then from there, if it's approved, it goes to the Attorney General's office, to their municipal law division. And all they do is review it for conflicts with state law.
Okay.
They don't make recommendations, they just tell you, hey, section 2.6 is in conflict with MGL 24666. And my understanding is that process can take anywhere from 3 months to 6 months.
Okay,
And then if they send it back and say it's all okay,
yeah,
I believe then it would have to go back to the council for them to vote to have it put on
some ballot.
a ballot. The next municipal election is November of 2026, right? We're in 24? 25?
Every 2 years?
Right,
Yeah.
25, right?
25.
Yeah.
So it would be on a ballot as a special question, but then, but once, before that happens, of course, there is, the big advertisements, and I think mailings, I'm not sure. After it gets approved, if it's approved, then I think we should meet again, or at least meet periodically to get a update to the committee and the public where we're at with it. I don't think this is the last meeting. I think we have to meet as a body to say, okay, mayor approved it, council approved it, and
I listened to
as to where it goes next.
As to the process,
Right.
yeah.
Right,
I listened to
as to where it goes next.
As to the process,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I listened to what you said, all of it makes perfect sense. I just have to ask one question. Hypothetically, what happens if he rejects it?
I think,
Hypothetically, what happens if he rejects it?
I think it comes back to us, but he would have to probably give us some good reason why. It could
recommendation.
still pass through as a citizen initiative. We
Yeah.
could, you know, we could always have the public form another committee, go get all those signatures that we
Yeah.
lowered, by the
Yeah.
way, we lowered.
Yes.
Not low enough, but
I
it's,
think that's the
not
hypothetical
low
answer.
enough, but it's low.
That's
we-
the
we-
hypothetical answer.
Yeah. I would hope that once it leaves here and once it gets, approved, so to speak, by the city council, I hope, like the last one, even though the last one was a disaster, I hope it gets mailed to the voters.
100%, so people can
Yes,
know what they're
so,
voting
the
on.
last charter, you were on the last
I
committee.
was,
Did they do a mass
We
mailing of the
did.
document? Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, so I assume because it's a charter change, right? That absolutely copies would have to get out. And that comes out of the,
I would hope so, but I don't like to assume anything. I've watched government for too long.
yeah, but as a committee, we'd meet
We-
before that happened. And if we voted to have that done, then that's exactly what would have to be done.
Would it be appropriate to make that as an amended motion as we pass this now, or should we wait?
I think we should wait to make sure there's no conflicts of law.
Very good. I'm ready to vote. I yield.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, so if we're gonna vote on the finalization of this document, you bring up a point if we're going to send it out. So in this, there's an acknowledgement section on the second page, which is basically acknowledging all of us as committing to the, the final product.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everybody wants that, if we're gonna send this out as a copy to everyone, if everyone wants to have their name exposed that much.
Oh, wait a
Obviously, it's a
minute.
public thing, so,
Yeah, it's
but I just wanna make sure everybody's okay with that.
The second page
Yeah.
has an acknowledgement, and what it does is that it lists all the members of the committee that worked on this.
Yeah, it should.
I
Which
like
is,
that.
I thought was,
I just,
You know,
I would add, the date at the end, like 2024.
yeah, we can, and that's,
That's the only thing.
so I took some liberties with that, and
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure that we talk
And,
about that
Let me read
first.
the acknowledgement in the record.
And you have the
the
most current one,
Page,
correct?
Actually, page 1, after the cover sheet.
Yes.
This current collection of pages has been meticulously reviewed and amended over a countless number of hours by the dedicated members of the Special Charter Review Committee of the City of Fall River. Chair Rena Brown, Vice Chair Dan Robelot, Tracy Almeida, Tim Campos, Michelle Mimi Larrabee, Paul Machado, John Mitchell, Catherine Nemkovich, and Laura produced this updated entail, employed thoughtful and sound judgment to collectively produce this updated entail, employed thoughtful and sound judgment to collectively produce this updated, intelligible, reader-friendly document for the benefit of the City of Fall River. Drops mic.
Very good.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
good
it.
job.
Alright, so I'll update your name.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so there's a motion, it's been seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Roll call.
Wait, I think he's gonna.
I had one more thing.
Sure.
So, one of the sections that you and I were discussing,
The one that was in there twice.
correct, and it was in twice, and they were different, both of them. So, there were slight wordings differently between the one A through H or I or whatever it was, and the other one. So, I went back to the original document and kind of gleaned out of that. It didn't change any of the content of it, it was just some
Right.
differences.
You had the minutes though, too.
Correct, so
Paul does some really good minutes.
Yeah, so I reviewed those, and as far as everything we voted on, I think we're clear. The only thing that was, there was one section that we omitted, and I just want to review that again to be clear. So it was section 8.2.
All right, let me
I
get to
believe.
it and I'll read it into the record.
Um,
I don't have the old one. Article 8 deals with citizen participation mechanisms. 8.1 is the free petition. 8.2 is citizen initiative measures.
Correct.
And if memory serves me,
I
the
have the
city council had we omitted the part about them denying it.
Correct, which was, I believe, subsection F.
Yes.
Which, so I removed subsection F, but I left it there as omitted because there are other references to section,
Yes.
the other section, so I don't wanna renumber them.
We voted to take it out on 5/8/2023.
Correct.
Yes.
So I wanted to
yes.
make sure that that was, cause there was some other discussion and some
I
other,
actually like how you wrote intentionally omitted.
okay, okay.
I think that kind of clarifies it for the reader if there's any references to it.
Perfect. That was the only thing that I wanted to confirm, just because
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. But outside of that, I think everything is good,
Perfecto.
yes.
And again, we have a motion and it's been seconded and we've discussed it. Before we vote on it, if between now and the time it goes to the mayor and the city council's getting ready for a meeting on it, if there is something so glaring that we have to meet again, then we'll meet again. I mean, I don't see the president scheduling a meeting immediately with the city council. And the other thing is, we have to go to the city council and present it to them and be available for questions and answers. So I think that there's time between the time the mayor says, okay, and the president schedules it, that if we need to have a meeting because there's something that a member is unsure about or questioning, we'll meet again. I'll
Okay.
just schedule another meeting, we'll come and meet again. Might not be able to get this room, but we'll be able to get a spot in this building to have an open meeting on whatever that is. And then, and the other thing I wanted is, I certainly hope everybody comes to present it to the city council. If you can't make it, that's fine. If you can, if you're already there, fine.
I will be there.
Alrighty? Alright, with that, seeing no more discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Do a roll call vote?
Yeah, for this, I
Okay,
think we should.
Okay, roll call vote, please, starting to my left.
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
and the motion passes unanimously to alright, thank you, everybody. I want a roll call on that one?
no,
Okay. Alright, thank you, everybody. I want a roll call on that one?
no.
Okay. Alright, thank you, everybody. I will be.